All right, so we're out here again. It should be a really nice day. I think it should be above freezing today out here. It's supposed to be pretty windy, but with the sun shining and above freezing temperatures, it should be pretty nice. So I got a couple things planned here. Found these again. These are not deer. I'm not sure what this is. It could be a dog, I guess. But I just kind of traced it through here. It looks like it goes underneath some stuff, so probably not a deer. Maybe a dog. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I don't see a definite footprint, but it does not look like a deer print. It looks more like a dog or something like that, but it came through here. But anyway, I think my plan today is we're gonna drop another one. Last couple weekends I've been busy with stuff. We had a wedding last weekend and ended up running into my cousin and talk with him, and he doesn't have any free time, I think, until was he after March 12th or the weekend of the 12th or something like that. So I told him, well, I'm gonna keep plugging away, and he's like, that's fine, I'll get out there when I can. I'm thinking this one here, we'll drop that today. There's not too much at the top, and even if I don't get it all cleaned up, that's okay. The rest of the stuff I'm going to work on some general cleanup. I know there was some stuff in here. There's a dead one that's hung up. I might pull that one out, and then some of this brush and stuff, just so that if we drop stuff, it doesn't get hung up in anything, because like in there too, there's a tree that's V'd. And that one there is going to be kind of an issue to deal with if we get stuff hung up in it. So, and like I just said, there's some general cleanup stuff too. In other areas, some stuff I got cut up. There's some stuff that split as well. We can get that loaded in the truck today. Should have some pretty decent weather. And then that last oak that I dropped over here, there's some smaller stuff in here. We could probably cut that apart. So, that's weird. So I'm looking at these tracks again here, and it looks like it was on top of this thing here, on top of this stump. Well, that's funny. So yeah, and last night we were out at Hartman Creek State Park out in Wapaka County. They had what was called a Candlelight hike, and if you've never done one of those, it's really neat. They have these, it's like a white paper bag, kind of like you put your lunch in. And the bottom of the bag has sand in it to keep the bag from blowing over, and then they just put a little tiny candle in there. And they had 700 luminaries is what they called them, set up, and they had two different hiking trails you could walk. And we did it last night, I think around 7 o'clock when we got out there, so it was completely dark, and you just follow the lighted bags all through the park, which is kind of neat. A lot of people turned out. I was surprised. The weather was, I think it was around 20 degrees, so it wasn't too bad. And then they had like hot chocolate afterwards. They had two big giant fires going to warm up, so it was just kind of a nice time to get out and just walk. We took the dog. So if you've never done anything like that, I know they got quite a few state parks in Wisconsin that do that type of thing. So all right, let's get to it here. All right, so the one that is right here, we're gonna try dropping that. So it's pretty straight up and down. I'm gonna try to wedge it over. We'll see how it goes here. All right, so that's not ideal, but we've worked with that before, so probably can, well, we can try. I don't know, there's a lot of weight probably pushing back on that. Man, it's a big piece of lumber again. So I don't know, I didn't want to take too many trees out, but I kind of had the feeling we were gonna get hung up in some of this stuff. So, well, we'll do what we can with that. I don't even know if I got the cable along to try to pull that thing off. If not, that's okay. At least it's down for now. Maybe we can just get it down on the ground with the chain and the tractor. But that's good. That's one of the big ones. This one here isn't as bad, and that one's leaning pretty good. This one here, that was pretty straight up and down. And I knew I had to be somewhat close because here's the thing cracking, so that's good. And it got tight on the back side. That's why I got some wedges in there. This one here is much more straight up and down. Oops. And there's a lot more stuff at the top, so probably not going to tackle that. Like I said, there's a lot of small brush and stuff we can get the forks on, and we'll pick up some of that stuff. There's smaller stuff I can move. Probably done with this stuff for now. We can get that out of there, and like I said, maybe try to get that thing down in a safe like manner. So all right. Okay, so we got it off the stump. This is going to be a fun one to get out of there. I guess I should have just dropped that smaller stuff first, but I don't know. I was thinking, oh, there should be enough weight that should just drop all that, but I guess not. So, well, we're not completely out of the woods with this one, but it shouldn't be the worst. So, all right, I'm gonna take lunch and we'll go from there. All right, it doesn't look like it, but I actually cleaned out some stuff in here, and way back I got that oak log back there is cut up into sections as well. I don't know if I'm gonna get to that or not. And some of this brush stuff too, it's got to be loaded by hand, otherwise you're just chasing it around. So I got some of that cleaned up here. Cleaned up some random pieces. I came over here and there was a bunch of like debris and stuff in here. I got that picked up. Cleaned that up a little bit. There's still some bigger stuff, not so much brushy. And then I cut off a 10-foot section of the one that's hanging here. Kind of calculated it out, and I figured, I think I should be able to drop that just based on how it would teeter with the tractor or whatever. So this end here, I measured at 22 inches, and the opposite end is like 18.5. And I used just one of those like log calculators to figure out the weight of this, and it wouldn't do a 0.5. So I did 18 on that end, 22 on this end, 10 feet long, and I think it said it was like 1,450 pounds. So that seems like quite a bit. I don't know if the tractor will lift that, and I don't know how close that calculator is either. But we'll try it and see what happens. I would think it at least would get it off the ground so I can take it over to the pile. The pile is too high now. I can't lift any higher over the stuff, so I might have to go up there with like a can hook or something and knock the stuff back so I can throw more on the front side. And then this too, I don't know what I'm going to do with that piece that's hanging. If we get a couple more of those clevises or the snatch blocks and try pulling that out. I don't know, it's actually hooked in this one here, and then in that tree back there's a branch that's hooked as well. So we did a real good job wedging that in there. So, well, let's see if we can get this one picked up. I'm starting to wrap it up here. I'm running out of energy for the day. Okay, let's try this. So that's where that's gonna sit for now. We'll have to figure something out with that when the time comes. That is definitely a beast of a piece. So all in all, not too bad. I got some stuff done. I guess the next go ahead is going to be to get that thing out and down, and then probably the damage control from all the stuff that came down. So, but that was probably, I think, the biggest oak that's here. Like I said, it measured 22 on the far end. I didn't think my 24-inch chainsaw was going to be able to handle that. It seemed like it was going to be really close. This one here is not as bad. This one's definitely not as big. It's just that that one's got a lot of branches at the top. And then the same thing with the one next to the wood rack there. That one obviously is smaller. And then that pine, that's probably only 18 at the bottom, so that's not too bad. So it's coming along. You know, really, there's only two for sure that would have to come out of here yet that are like into danger zone. The rest of these look like they got leans away from where the building would be, so we should be okay. But definitely like to get the rest of them down. So otherwise, nice day out here. Otherwise, like I said, it was above freezing all day, so good weather. Good weather to be outside and work or whatever. So, all right, that'll be it for now.